Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monday night coverage here at SimRace South Africa. My name's Alan Patterson, as usual, and you are looking at a black screen because we're just catching up on everything and getting back onto the system. We had a little bit of an IP address change that happened with my network change, but we have found the problem, and I'm getting online shortly. Yes, Ryan, got it. Thanks, Ryan. And let me say hello firstly to my new teamie here tonight, which is Stanley Fenter. Stan, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Alan. Thanks for having me tonight, everyone. Yeah, I'm happy to be here and glad to be of assistance.
Wicked, man. Good. Yeah, okay. I've managed to resolve the current problem. We should be going into live views. There we go. Yes, it's not sus, and I don't have a nice pretty picture of Stan, but we will resolve these things as we go along. So we are at the first round of the SimGP series here from where are we? Okayama, that's correct. Okayama in Japan, as the field piles out, and they're about to start their 15-minute qualifying. So everything is back to normal. We should be live. Everyone should be seeing what you should be seeing. So let's quickly just go through the initial bits and pieces here. Weather that we're expecting. 11 o'clock in the morning. However, it's a 28-degree temperature, ambient temperature, so probably very muggy, humid, hot, heavy clouds. The track temperature is 25 degrees, so should be quite hot, but that's not going to affect the racing at all.
I think the only thing that's going to affect is chewing tires if the guys decide to go on softs.
That's true. That is true.
Since Okayama is obviously not the lightest of tracks on soft tires. I remember 2 seasons back we did race Okayama and chewed through the tires.
And wasn't this... No, I think this was the one track where you could possibly do this on one tank load, or just make it
very, very tight. If I remember correctly, one of the Flying Gypsies at that stage did attempt it and was literally 1 lap short.
Yeah, good. All right, quick.
I think if you do a bit of fuel conservation, the guys could manage it.
Possibly. Okay, we'll go into tires and who's out on what tires shortly. We're going to quickly run the neck track video that we normally run. I did download it, so it should work, but I'm going to switch to that now and we'll come back and chat some more shortly. So stand by.
Alright, good evening everybody and welcome to an onboard flying lap for the SimRace SimGP Series 2021.2. We're at Okayama in the Formula 3 car yet again, and here we go. DRS is enabled for the season. We go flying across the start-finish line, looking into first corner, get the car turned in nice and early so we can get on the power early and run our way all the way out wide for turn 2 Williams. Really attack that inside curb. Make sure your setup is available to do that as we go through the Moss S. It really will give you an excellent exit for that through Atwood Curve. And you want to turn in early for that so you can get on the power early, because here we go up and over the hill. DRS zone number 1. Activate the DRS and feel the car absolutely fly. That's why you want to get on the power early for the previous corner. Braking just before the 50 for the hairpin. Don't worry about locking up that inner tire, or that it will be okay. And through Revolver, gently, and Piper as well. See how I stick in 3rd gear, get on the power, don't have to worry about the back stepping out. And here we go into Redman again, locking that inside front tire, but it's all good. Don't have to go all the way out wide for Hobbs. Most tricky corner to get on the power out of Hobbs, and flicking the car in absolutely flat out through Mike Knight corner, and then managing last corner as well, just clipping that inside curb. Don't run wide, back on the DRS zone 2, and across the line we go for a 1 minute 17.851. All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to an onboard.
Awesome, Nick. Thanks for that. So there you go, people. That's a detailed how to do it video. Right. So, Stan, what's happening as with regards to HLQ, which I'm going to put up on the screen now?
Well, Al, there was some massive stints put in by some of the top runners. There's talk of amounts of mileage in excess of 1,000 Ks.
Yeah.
Some quick times as well between first and 22nd, a good second and a half. But yeah, Marius Skuman topping the lot there with Van Rensburg and Adrian Nel hot on his heels.
Yep.
And then the gap started forming. But yeah, the guys put in some big laps. Bjorn Buchner 226.
Wow.
Marius Skuman 201. Nick also putting in some big mileage, 202. That's just on the HLQ. So yeah, I think the guys are really excited for the season.
Definitely.
We've got in excess of 57 times set on the server. So yeah, looking forward to a good F3 season this season.
Good. And as usual, I'd like to also say how's it to everybody on the YouTube channel. Great to see everyone here. Sorry for the rocky start. I did promise I was going to move service providers, and I did. And part of that move involved getting a new router, which involved changing my entire household's IP collection. And so my broadcast machine was trying to broadcast to a machine that didn't exist. But anyway, we up and running. Johan Karanis, how's it? Golda Arabi's there. Zondorf, how's it? Steve. Willem Stein, Sharon Skuman, naturally, and Scruffy. Hello, Scruffy. Any of you possibly interested in getting involved? I'm going to put a link up to the website. Pop on over to simracesa.co.za and fill in the sign up form. Come join us on the Discord channel. There's a whole bunch of different series that you can get involved in and come and race with us. Okay, Stan. So we're just under 10 minutes left here. Marius Skuman, a 117.8, and his HLQ was a 117.5. So the guys are very close to what they did in HLQ.
Yeah, they're doing pretty close times, not too far off. Obviously, slight track difference between HLQ and race settings. Yeah, the guys are actually quite close. If we look between the top 7 guys, there's only about half a second in there. So it looks like there's going to be some exciting racing.
While we're still busy watching the team here, as I see Donny de Bombs just arrived, he's shouting for LLC Racing, Rian Wibbeholzer and team. How's it? Tyres at the moment. I have the first 5 drivers all on mediums. Nick Hodgson is the first driver out there that's on softs at the moment, as is Byron Thompson and Sas van der Westhuizen and Brendan Weed and Ruben Kruger. So 5-6 people out there on softs. The rest of the entire field are all on mediums.
Look, I tried some laps this weekend with the softs for a hot lapping side, and I'll be honest with you, they go off very quickly on the track. So obviously you'll see the guys that are using them will nurse them on the initial outlap, and then absolutely hammer them and then try and put in a second lap. But it will give them a little bit of an advantage. But as I said, with the track being as warm as it is, it's chewing through those back tires and you're losing a bit of grip at the back there.
What would you say was the realistic time that they would survive, or did they just get up to temperature and go too hot too quickly?
They just went up to temperature too quickly, especially through the tight stuff in the beginning, and then obviously if they're hot in that last sector and you're trying to go through those corners that are quite testing,
yes,
you know, you'd see the back end step out on you, so you've got to be a little bit more cautious on the throttle. I was having a chat to Sass earlier and saying there's a very fine edge to that last sector through the tight stuff that you've got to be so cautious on the throttle so that the back end doesn't step out on you, because you lose all that downforce.
Got you. Just watching Nick over the line. Sorry, he's just up on his Delta, and he goes up to 4th. So Nick pops into 4th place there. Carry on, Stan, you were saying?
I think a couple of the guys have been discussing, from what I understand, running mediums, a double stint on mediums. And as you said, there is the possibility of someone trying to push a full non-stopper. They'll be going on to the hards, obviously, because I doubt the mediums will last the full race, especially at the temperatures that the track's at today.
Got it. Johan Curran is saying he couldn't run softs on race weather without them running red after quite quick. So I hear you. I have to put one of my favorite liveries up on the screen, which is Bjorn Buchner's car, and this is the Team Gunston cars. How awesome does that look? So
it was awesome seeing that livery. I think he's been rocking it for a couple of seasons now.
Yeah.
But it's still phenomenal to watch it flying around the track.
Sas van der Westhuizen down in 17th place, my other commentator, and he is very happy to be in Div1, I can tell you that. But he was saying his legs are a little bit limp after all the practice and all the effort he'd put in to get into Div1. So, like you said earlier off air, just before we started, Stan, there's the influx of new people and the amount of people starting the season. We can see it across all the series. There's possibly 3 divisions of F3 for the start of the season. So a lot of enthusiastic people getting back online to come and start the racing once again.
It actually carries through for the whole season. We always normally see a taper off near the middle part of the season as guys get a little bit frustrated and that.
Yes.
And, keep pushing, guys. I'm a firm Div 2 racer, and I love the little battles they have in Div 2. Yes, it's awesome being in Div 1 because you get the live streaming and that. But at the same time, it's nice having everyone racing, even in Div 2 and Div 3, and it's awesome seeing SimRace SA grow from strength to strength in this last year.
Definitely. And while you're on that subject, I can vouch with Sas being in Div 1. He is in fact going to be running a stream for Div 2 on Wednesday, which is great. And I've been doing some test sessions with some other possible candidates that are going to come on board and hopefully pick up and back up myself, Sas, and Daniel Haynes as backup commentator streamers. So yeah, the growth is definitely happening. Things are just getting better and better with the new hosting environment for SimRace South Africa and the new series for the season, for season 2.
Awesome, because it gives everyone a chance to be seen, and that little moment of glory, even if it's someone being looked at as they have a little spin on track. And as I was checking Sas right now, he was almost 200th of a second up, and there he goes for a spin. So I think commentator's curse is already working. Exactly.
Well, they can blame you for this one.
Well, that would have placed them nicely into 14th. So yeah, we could joke with them after the fact about that one.
We missed the fact, we do have Adrian Nel that's bumped up into second place ahead of our usual suspects, Rian Oberholzer and Nick Hodgson. So Adrian Nel, Marius Skuman first, second place, Rian Oberholzer in third, Nick in fourth, Corné Breet, Joshua van Rensburg, and Philip Menard. In fact,
Rian's on he's almost 400th of a tenth up on his best time.
There we go.
So as he's coming through there, that might actually hop him into first if he can hold that.
He's 2.5 tenths up, so let's see how far he can get, and if he carries that, or he drops it all through that corner, but he should pick it up. Oh, interesting. He didn't pick it up coming through that little left-right section.
That last little sector is very tricky. If you don't get your lines right, you can easily lose all the time you've made up.
I can see that as well. He's onto the main straight. He's half a tenth, 1 tenth. Here we go. He's going to move up somewhere, Rian, and he does.
Just off Marius. That is nice little lap there.
Wow, that's 10 100ths apart between Marius and Rian so far. So very close with just under 2 minutes to go. Adrian Nel not that far back, and Nicholas Hodgson. He's also 2 100ths off the back of Adrian Nel. So you can, even Joshua van Rensburg, they're very close up at the top 5. I think this is going to prove a very, very an awesome race to watch, Stan.
Adrian Null's actually gaining a little bit of time on the back straight. Maybe he can squeeze a bit more, possibly jump Rian, but I doubt it. Let's maybe jump him and watch.
Philip Minard just did a 1:18.1, and that's bumped him into 6th place ahead of Corne Briet, I think. And Adrian Null is 2.5 seconds, 2.5 tenths, I beg your pardon.
Yeah. And that will place him nicely in first place if he can hold that.
This is a difficult little complex. I haven't driven the track, but this little left and right around here and then back onto the start-finish line, eh?
Yeah, as I said, you can easily lose your tail there and lose all the time you've made up. But this looks like it's going to be first place.
It is, in fact. Well done, Stan. So, Adrian Null, 1:17.8.06.
Looks like two teamies on the front at the moment. He's still got a good 30 seconds to go.
Oh, Murray is getting a little bit locked up and sideways there. I'm looking who else is on a quick lap and try and find a delta as we go through the names.
Raymond Duggan's up, but he's only still just come out the first sector, but looks like he's losing a little bit of time there.
Also, the new liveries look fantastic. Stan, the new Flying Gypsies liveries, everyone's got new colours out there.
Yeah. Philip Minard, I must compliment him. He put a lot of time into these liveries.
Yeah. Cars look fantastic.
You look at the LLC liveries.
Oh, yes.
Marius and teammates, their liveries are looking good. You know, the guys have put a lot of effort into the liveries this year compared to prior years. The guys are really showing their colours with pride.
Yeah, that's it. It's great to see the team, the meaning of the team, come to the fore, and the teamwork between the drivers within each team, and the liveries are just adding to that. So we're into overtime. We're just trying to see who else is left.
Raymond Duggan's about to climb a nice little 200 seconds, so he's going to jump one spot there.
Indeed, he goes up to 13th, 119.8. Another thing for those of you on the YouTube that you might be questioning, what else has changed? Well, we've reintroduced the DRS systems, so these guys can open their rear flaps to get some extra pace and speed, and we'll be seeing that on the track, on the various straights wherever they can. Is it anywhere, Stan, or only on certain straights, buddy?
Only on certain straights, so it's the main straight, and then on the back straight between Atwood Curve and the hairpin.
Right, got you. Good.
I'd like to actually see ACC, some of the modders actually come out with the weight so that when you're within a second it only activates. I think that would add just another step of realism to this whole thing. I see we're done.
Good. I'm going to go to a quick ad break, so sit tight. We'll be back with you shortly here. Right, we're back. We're just waiting for the system to tick through, and there we go. Right, do not forget that pace car back there. In fact, I believe that's mine, because I was showing... yeah, that is mine. Let me get mine off the track. I've been doing a demo with... I can only do it after the race starts, by the way. So we were...
same, I can only move after the race starts.
That's fine. Just so that you can see, with 20 seconds to go... you can't see them so well. The pace car and the medic's car. They look...
You can see the pace car on the back right of your stream.
Yeah. Right, we're about to go. 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights, and we're off. Okay, back to pits. Go. There we go. We're live.
Looks like we've got a nice clean start. Looks like everyone made it through the start without any incidents.
Adrian Nel out in the front with Marius following, and Rian Uber also right there, and just behind him Philip Minnow and Nick Hodson having a good dice for 4th and 5th. Nick having to slam the door closed there on Philip Minnow, but the point blank car staying ahead, and here they come. So we're up and running for the first round of season 2 of
see Philip just dived up the inside, and
he has there. Yep. Oh, Nick.
Oof. At least he got knocked straight there and
he did.
off the racing line.
Yeah, all right. So that'll give him some time to sort himself out. The other guys managed to keep on going. So bit of a rough start for our resident alien Nick. Let's go back to the front. Adrian Nel leading out from Marius Skuman, and Rian Oberholzer following just behind them. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the DRS here, Stan. Does it add that much extra speed?
It does actually. If you look down the main straights. While we're just talking, I just had a quick look at the tires, and everyone except Brendan Ward is running mediums. Brendan's running a hard.
Okay, so we're saying that could be a strategy selection by Brendan.
Could be. Looks like it.
Okay, first, second and third pretty much behaving as they roll along, but there's already a substantial second gap back to Philip Minnow now in 4th. Philip Minnow for Flying Gypsies coming round at the end of that back straight. Behind him, Joshua van Rensburg.
Nick looks like he had a massive off on the main straight or something. He's right down into 20th.
He is. He has dropped all the way back. So either he's having a mechanical issue, a technical issue with his rig, or, that's not like Nick to have that kind of a problem on the first lap, you know?
Yes.
Ruben Kruger for Team LLC here down in 9th place, and these guys are very close. Just behind Ruben Kruger is Lawrence Turner for Odin Racing in their new livery as well. So all the new cars and liveries looking fantastic for the season 2.
Ron Stevens just had a little moment there on the back straight, on the main straight, allowing Byron Thompson past him.
Got them now. And Byron does in fact move up into 12th. Ruan Stevens drops down a position. Also for LLC. How many people have actually grown in this team? What is the numbers? Do we know, Stan?
I must admit, no, I don't know offhand. But remember last season there were about 2 or 3, and I think they're sitting at 4 or so now.
I think it's almost... I think it's bigger than that. I think it's like 5 or 6. We must actually...
They have grown quite well.
Yeah. Yep.
Quite a few speedsters as well in that team.
It is. It's definitely a solid team. Must go and look in.
Sass is fighting nicely with Bjorn and Marco there.
Where is he? 16th. All right, there we go.
The two Gunston liveries running with each other there.
Bjorn and Marco nose to tail, and Sass following close behind for NSRR.
Yeah, I must admit the new format of qualifying now, and if you're in the bottom 3 you drop to the next div, and have been in the race, puts a lot more pressure on guys to have cleaner races, and actually if they have a spin, push and get back into the field.
That's
and make
true.
up those positions. Exactly.
Instead of this return to pits and kind of just sit there and let the race go by, you actually now need to fix the car, get back on the track and try and make up positions.
We saw that happen, especially in the TC racing. It was actually caused the guys to be quite competitive, and I think I was mentioning to Sass earlier that in the last 10 minutes of that Div1 race, how the bottom 3 were putting pressure to try and get out of those spots, because now you then got to fight back the next race to try and get back into Div1, and obviously you want the better points haul for not just yourself but for your teams.
Exactly. Yeah, and Karinus on YouTube saying there are 6 drivers for LLC now. So, yep, it's become a powerhouse team, that. currently watching Rian Oberholzer as he is tracking Marius Skuman. He's within a second of him all the way around, and they are now 2.7 seconds up the road from Philip Minnaar. So first, second and third are up and going. They have literally checked out.
Yeah, I think that the time those gents have put in is really showing itself. If you look at Adrian and Morris just pulling away from the field slowly but surely, and dragging Rian with them.
Yeah. Just bumping down to 10th place, Lawrence Turner for Odin Racing, and he is not too far off the back of Ruben Kruger. This gap is 8/7. Is there a lot of aero wash happening here that doesn't allow them to run close to each other, or not so much?
I think if we look back at the prior seasons, it dependent on the track. A lot of the time, as we've seen on the back straights, watching Ruan Stevens, he actually gains a little bit on Byron Thompson on the back straight. But mainly in the braking sectors, because obviously everyone has different braking points and that. And,
yes.
As you see that the close up on the braking sector there, different lines, different approaches. But as I mentioned, you're having more tricky segment in that last sector. That if your tires are too warm and you're a bit too close, you'll get a little bit of the car moving around on you. But these guys have obviously put in the time, run some race practices that they're able to run so close to each other.
Exactly.
Without having too many errors.
Ron Stevens is all over the back of Byron Thompson. We've been watching him go around here for half a lap, and through the windy technical sections, he's right there. So we'll keep an eye on this as we go along.
I see Marco and Bjorn are still fighting on each other's tail, pulling a little bit away from Sass there. But it looks like there's quite a bit of nice close racing in little groups, and it's looking quite good.
It is.
Been quite clean. It's actually quite a pity Brett Crowcamp has fallen right down to 21st. Looks like he's having a little bit of a lonely time at the back there trying to chase Brendan.
Brendan Weed, I don't know if he was racing already last season or not, or if he's a newcomer here.
I don't remember him in F3L. I do remember racing with him and against him in race under the ACC, but this is the first time I've seen him join the F3.
Awesome.
Certainly personally. But if it is, it's well done on him on getting up there and making up the time and fighting at the back there.
Yeah. Just behind Jaban Oosthuizen. So at the moment, these three are the three guys at the back, but there's still a long way to go. 37 minutes, just under 37 minutes, and I'm sure a lot can change still between now and the end of the race.
Yeah, some guys might be running heavier fuel and then do a lighter load at the end with medium tires to get a bit of quicker time. The other guys might be running a 50-50 split. So
exactly.
I think the pit stops will also play into each individual racer and the team's different dynamics that they're running.
Stand up switched us back to Rian Oberholzer chasing Marius, and we just saw Marius trying to break the toe down the straight, and Rian following him right left along the back straight there. Gap at half a second at the moment, so Rian definitely starting to apply pressure.
And they're pushing on Adrian as well.
They are.
It's actually quite a tight front batch. Normally, the front runners run away quite quickly, but these three have actually held it together quite well.
Yeah. I'm going to actually hang around here as we see Kruger and Van Niekerk swap positions in 8th and 9th, but here you can see they're moving around, Rian trying to stay in the slipstream, and with DRS try and get a little added extra draft, and this is turning into a close race here.
The toe is real down the straights, I'll be honest. Even with the DRS open, yes, the car in front might be pulling with that DRS open as well, but getting that extra little bit of drag does help.
Got you.
You can see two complete different lines there between
Marius.
Rian and Marius for that Atwood curve. It's actually quite interesting to watch everyone's different lines.
Now it's a battle of the nerves, and to see if he can sustain this pressure, and Marius to see if he can withstand the pressure, because Rian's definitely pushing, and he's right there. If Marius makes one mistake, Rian's going to jump on that.
There's also another little train forming behind Philip, with Philip, Joshua and Gerard also all fairly close to each other, pushing each other, it looks like, as well. So there's some good racing going on tonight, I must admit.
Who is leading? Philip Minnar, 4th, 5th, 6th.
Yeah, with if you focus on Joshua, he's got
just give me a sec. Here's Rian making a dive. Okay, Marius running defensive, but Rian definitely had a look there, so Marius had to...
Must have been some decent drive out that last corner.
I'm going to just quickly... I'm going to go and look at that on replay. You might be able to watch it on the live stream, Stan. I see replay. Right, here we go. You can see them. It'll come up. Just watch the live stream and you'll see the swerving, and then Marius maintain his line into the straight.
Some good racing from those two gents there in 2nd and 3rd, really fighting for the points.
Yeah. Okay, looking a little bit further back, Philip Minnar is there, and yeah, as you say, 1.2, 1.3 seconds, Philip Minnar, Joshua van Rensburg, Gerard Pretorius, so everybody is there or thereabouts.
Even Cornet is on that little group. It's now a little train of 4 cars that are fairly close to each other.
Oh! Was that Philip sliding? It was. I saw it right at the end. Philip's just spun it round. He's come back on the track and he's dropped to the back of those 4 cars. Oh, as I changed channel, he slid and no, you can't. There you can see it on the street.
I think he was just a little bit harsh on the brakes there.
Yeah.
I just saw it live on the YouTube now as well.
Okay.
He just got a little bit too heavy onto the throttle, and the back end came round. As I said, that last little sector can catch you out quite quickly if you just give it a bit too much.
Got you. Rian again, and Marius swerving down that straight. They're looking. Rian is trying to work this out, and
by fighting between the two, they're actually allowing Adrian to just run away.
True. The gap back to Joshua van Rensburg, 5.7 seconds. So the 3 of them going at a huge rate, that's for sure. That goes through this
nice little fight coming on between Hein van Niekerk and Lawrence Turner in 9th and 10th as well. They've been together for quite some time there.
I'll switch over to them now. We're just watching Rian go down the main straight again. Marius goes right up to the pit wall, and Rian follows him, and Marius stays there. Rian swings back out to the outside. Oh, these guys, they're working something out, that's for sure.
And that must be costing him big time. Oh, there goes Rian off.
Rian just went straight off into the sand trap. What was that?
I have no clue. I think he just...
he's struggling.
Overcooked the tires there on that last corner maybe, and just didn't have the grip.
Let's go and watch that replay. Oh, he's actually a... Hang on, I'm going to put that replay.
And there goes Cornet.
Cornet also just ran wide there. Just put in the replay onto the live stream. So he's following Marius all the way down the main straight. Breaks into that corner. They go round turn 1. Into turn 2. Through turn 2. Did I get it or didn't I get it? No, I didn't get it. Oh well. I don't know what happened, man. It was weird. So Rian's dropped down to 5th here. And
Cornet's dropped down to 10th.
Cornet's gone all the way back down to 10th place. Just ahead of him, as you said. Hein van Niekerk and Lawrence Turner, they're all over each other here.
Oberholzer's really battling. He's just had another little slide there with Philip Minnar closing the gap on him as well.
I think Rian's had I think this is an equipment issue. Do you?
I think he's cooked his tires a little bit, and obviously with this track being so warm and cooking the tires, it's taking him a bit of time just to get those tires to cool back down and run optimally.
But they're mediums. I mean, they shouldn't be cooking. or he's got the pressures wrong.
Either that or he's just running them, as I said, with the slide, these tires overheat very quickly.
That's weird. Sharon Skuman going berserk on the YouTube. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the team Sim Race Extreme. Sharon, calm down there. Calm down.
Oh, I've got Gerard in a LLC.
I do too.
Skin. So I don't know if he chose the wrong skin, maybe by some chance. We need to have a chat to Ryan and see where those points are actually going to go for the team. I remember the same thing happened in TC as well, where the guys were selecting the wrong.
Yeah, listen, it's a little bit of a teething issue. We're kind of working around the system to get the skins to work. So thumbs up for Ryan and everything he's done at the moment. We'll get this resolved shortly, but yeah, it's not going to be a permanent thing, and we know they are working on it. Oh, I see in the background there, Han van Niekerk. Look at them come down the straight.
Lawrence Stern has been pestering Han for a little bit of time.
Yo, hard braking into turn 1. Lawrence is right there.
The rest of the field seems to have spread itself out now a little bit. Bjorn Buchner obviously had a moment as well, because he's fallen right down to 17th with Jovan Oosthuizen putting a bit of pressure on him there.
Yes.
Shane Pussas must have had a moment as well. He's dropped down to 19th. Hopefully he can join the fight here with Bjorn and Jovan and hopefully
Jovan's, yep. Jovan right there. Sharon laughing away, saying, yep, he did choose the wrong skin. Okay, so we'll get that fixed in time. But loving the enthusiasm, Sharon, and as excited as you should be, rightly so. So, good one. Adrian Nell out in the lead then, just under 28 minutes. And a substantial gap difference of 3-point-something seconds back to Marius. So Marius doing well in second. And Joshua van Rensburg, good couple of seconds further back in third place, and then Gerard Pretorius not too far behind him in fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Rian Wibbles has settled in fifth, and Philip Minnar not too far back off the back of Rian, 1.3 seconds off the back.
I see he's fallen back a little bit. He was pressurizing Rian. Obviously Rian's now settled down, gotten back into his rhythm, and is focused again on pushing forward.
Definitely. Right, so...
I see this Han and Lawrence fight is still going.
Yeah, that's got close now.
For 13 minutes now, these gents are just pushing each other along.
Come on, Lawrence.
I'm sure Ryan Hill's shouting and screaming for Lawrence there for Odin Racing.
And Adel van Rensburg also going, go Sim Race Extreme.
I see Nick Hodgson has slowly but surely made his way up. He's putting a bit of
15th?
pressure on Marco Groscia there. So fights all around.
Yep.
You know, the guys are holding quite well.
Lawrence Sterner in the new Odin Racing livery, which it looks fantastic. It's old aircraft kind of design. All the panels pop riveted together, but he's definitely giving Heine a whole lot of dramas there.
I'm sure Hein's not enjoying that. His mirrors must be full of that.
Exactly. And Nick,
wing.
has he just gone past? Oh, wait a minute. Rian Wibbles and Minard, they've just swapped positions.
Oh, they're swapping, yeah.
Oh, they're right next to each other. So Philip has in fact gone past Rian. Rian is seriously struggling here.
Must have had a moment again.
Yeah, he's busy drafting as we see coming down this long straight. He's going back up the inside.
Oh, Philip just gave him too much space on that corner. And that's also allowed Ruben to catch up as well.
Exactly. I think maybe it's a little bit of a avoidance and he'll deal with it in a lap or two's time. So could be some good tactical driving there by Philip Minnar. But Rian did do a send and do a decent pass, and congrats to all the drivers for leaving sufficient room and no contact happening.
Oh, I see Sass has obviously had a moment again. He's dropped right back.
Oh, Sass.
I know he was stressing about that last sector being a little bit finicky on the throttle.
Yes.
And, yeah, he was doing so well. It's unfortunate, but he must just keep his head down and keep pushing forward.
Ryan Azevedo, I've just seen his delta, and Ryan is right under the back of Marco Gross's wing. This gap 0.5 of a second, half a second apart.
Just remember, Marco's the only car running hard, so
that's true.
You know, I wonder what's actually going on. If he's just battling for pure pace on the straights with the guys with mediums, or the grip through the corners. Because every time we look, Ryan's closing up closer and closer.
Yeah. We'll watch Ryan for a lap or two as they go around here, and he's right there. So as you say, if Marco doesn't have the outright pace, Ryan's going to get past, and we can only put that down to or surmise it's the tyres.
It looks like our front four have kind of just opened up the gaps nicely and pulled away a bit there.
Hey, Henrik on the YouTube. Also shouting for SRE and Marius's team. They're Marius Gumman's in the pits. So first man to pit, and he's pitting. So
3 minutes to go. So obviously he's trying to just maybe figure out something different to the rest of the team, or we'll start seeing a bit more come into the pits now.
Oh, Ryan had a huge tank slapper there. Did manage to catch it, but he has just dropped off a little bit. But it was all over the place, just behind the grass verge, and I just saw it kind of swinging around. Right, so Marius is in and out in 7th, pit done and dusted. So
he's just throwing a quick pass there on Han, trying to push past Han there. I wonder if there's any team orders to hold up the front runners when they pit. Yo, Han's running side by side with Marius through there. Almost has a tank slapper through the hairpin.
Yeah, he put his foot down too hard there, and Marius just breezes through. So there we go. Clearly there's no orders there. These guys are driving, racing.
I was just wondering if Han was going to hold up Marius for LLC, help Rian and them just put a bit of pressure on the guys. Ruben Kruger coming into the pits.
That would be frowned upon, Stan. That's not the done thing, sir.
Well, we won't talk about F1 and people holding each other.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, so Ruben Kruger in the pits. Bada bing.
See, Marius came back out on mediums as well. Let's see if anyone else swaps to softs. Maybe we find one of the teams run long and go softs for the last stint.
Yeah.
It'd be quite interesting.
Yeah. Johan on the YouTube channel, Johan Karinus, we're LLC, we're not Ferrari.
Your cars are getting defensive.
I dig it. Nice one, boys.
Hey, we never know what the team orders are in the background, eh?
Right, Nick Hodson in the pits from 16th. So, also getting the pit stop out of the way.
Comes out into 17th. I think if he can then run, he'll secure himself Div1 for the next race. I see Brett Crowcamp is also back in the pit.
And our leader, Adrian Nels, just cruised in. And here comes Joshua. And Gerard. So Rian's going through. Rian inherits the lead. And right behind Rian is Philip Minnar. Oh, they're side by side. There's a lot of serving going on here.
Philip's really putting pressure on Rian. Rian looks like he's made a couple of mistakes here and there because he keeps pulling away and then Philip catches him back up. Like right there, he runs a bit wide, and now Philip retakes the position from him.
A little bit of a big net glitch happened there.
And then they've got Adrian Nell trying to push through as well now.
Yeah, Adrian Nell's just come out the pits into this little fight going on, so we'll keep our eye on this. Sorry about that. That was a huge net code glitch somewhere, but we'll...
So you've got a train here of Philip, Rian and Adrian, and they're pushing up onto a back marker as well.
That back marker is Nick. Is that even possible? No, it wasn't Nick. It's another point blank car.
No, that was
that's Brett.
Crocombe.
Yeah, true. Sorry. Right, so let's try and make sense of what's going on here.
And Philip dives into the pits. Rian carries around for another lap.
We're going to watch Rian with Adrian Null chasing him, and in the distance you can see Philip Minos in the pits, Marius Skuman up into 4th place. So it's the question is Rian going to run? Is it possible he can run to the end? Let me put it to you that way.
Well, that he pulls away from Adrian on the straight like that, I can only think he's running a light load and he's about to pit in the next lap or two.
Okay.
Because maybe Adrian with the slightly fuller load of fuel is now a bit heavier, so obviously on the straights Rian's getting away from him. But let's see, as I said, Rian's had a couple of testy laps, which is unfortunate considering last season where he was on point the whole season.
Yes.
But obviously there's been a little bit of pressure this season with Team SRE pulling out that magnificent hot lap qualifying.
Yeah. Lawrence Stern has finally managed to get past Marco Grassa. We just missed it, but I saw a change on the board. So Lawrence Sterner for Odin Racing up into 11th. And hello to Dirk Coetzee on the YouTube asking what sim is this. So you are watching Sim Race South Africa, and we run sim racing on Assetto Corsa, which is what you're watching here with the F3s. It's a mod. And then we also run British touring cars or super touring cars and classic Legends series, which is going to be the Mini Cooper on AC, and then we run the normal Assetto Corsa Competizione, the latest version with our GT3 racing. So I'll put the link on the screen and pop on over to our website www.simracesa.co.za and you can find out all about it, and there's also an app form there that you can join and come and race with us. So come see what it's all about, Dirk. It's extremely good fun, man.
Our closest battle on the track so far is between Raymond in 7th and Gerard in 8th. Otherwise, everyone else is kind of well spaced out at the moment.
Yep.
Raymond running a bit wide there into hairpin.
Oh. Gerard Pretorius is right there.
He's waiting to pounce.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure if Raymond has pitted yet.
Yeah, good question. I don't know.
I know if Gerard must have pitted, that would have dropped him back. I see Cornet is also just ahead of Raymond. Whoa, a little bit of a bump there. Looks like Raymond's about to pull into
in the pits. There we go.
And Cornet both in the pits. So Gerard will climb back up into 6th spot there.
I saw Brendan Weed also going into the pits just now, and he's come out. So Sass up into 19th.
I'm sure Sass has now set his sights on chasing down Div1 to hopefully try and get into that 18th position to ensure he doesn't drop down. So I'm sure that's firmly in his mind at the moment. I see Rian's still out, lap 22. He must be going long or trying to pull right till the end.
Yeah, and he was just up on his delta now, so he was on a quick part of the lap there. So you must be right. He's got to be almost running on fumes.
See, he's catching up to Sass, which is a back marker. Obviously, hopefully Sass doesn't hold him up too much, but Rian's well versed in passing people, as last season proved itself.
Yep. Adrian Null in second, looking up ahead at Rian, who's not too far ahead. I'm going to take this chance and opportunity quickly just to make an announcement as well on our charity of choice, which is the Abba charity. It's for newborn babies, and I think the official number, if I'm not mistaken, is 20,500 rand has been raised already in it's 3 or 4 weeks. So doing very well. Congrats to all the drivers, all the teams, the sponsors, everybody for helping that that charity organization, and it's a great cause to help support newborn babies. The Abba Foundation for newborn babies finding their adopted parents, adopted families.
That the sim racing community pulls together
exactly
and contributes, and I'm sure a lot of people have put in more than the minimum required amount, and we appreciate that, because it just shows that us as sim racing community, we are of a giving nature.
Yeah,
you know, we might fight each other on the track, but when we pull together strong. I see there's a nice little battle going on between Raymond Duggan and Lawrence Sterner in 10th and 11th currently.
And Raymond Duggan currently on a quick lap. He's up on his Delta, so besides defending, he's also driving as hard as he can, and Lawrence Sterner is going with him. Right, Hein van Niekerk into the pits from 5th. Yep.
So that means we've got LLC in first currently, Rian Oberholzer, that still hasn't pitted.
Yes.
And then SRE running from 2nd to 5th. Basically, if Rian pits and doesn't push the whole race through, you'll have a full podium lockout by SRE.
Lawrence Sterner at the end of the straight there, right under the wing of Raymond Duggan. So I'm sure that's going to happen shortly. Adrianel, our current second place but overall leader, 2.1 seconds off the back of Rian Oberholzer, who's yet to do his pit stop with 13 minutes and 20 seconds to go. So we're expecting him in. He's run.
He's in the pits. He's coming into the pits.
And there it is.
So he ran quite long.
Yeah, 3/4 run.
Let's see where he pops out. He'll must probably pop out roundabout into 5th or 6th.
Well, there goes Marius. Here comes Joshua over the line. Gerard Pretorius now coming round for LLC.
Philip coming onto the back straight right now. And Rian leaving the pits just in front of Gerard.
Gerard. So 4th place.
So that little running longer actually worked in his favour. He was battling Philip earlier on.
Yes.
In 5th, 6th. So that's actually worked out in his favour. Obviously allowed him just to cool down without too much pressure and just pump out the laps and build up his gap again. You might see a battle soon between Rian and Gerard if Gerard keeps pushing along.
Yeah, that gap at the moment, 2.7 seconds, as you can see them on the screen. So looking back, though, Ruben Kruger, he's 1.5 seconds behind Hein van Niekerk, and they're still having a good dice here for LLC.
Yeah, I see Raymond and Lawrence are still going at it. Earlier, Lawrence was sitting on Marco's tail and now he's sitting on Raymond's tail.
Oh, Nick Hodgson, sorry. He's just flown past Marco Grassa. He pulled out of that draft right at the last minute, so Nick moves up to 12th.
Nick having a nice little comeback fight there.
Yeah.
Doing quite well. Starting in the top 10, or he was about 5th or 6th,
yeah.
Right back to the back and fought his way back into 12th. That's a good day for Nick.
It'll be interesting.
Chasing Lawrence as well.
Yeah, he's trying to drive back. I'm 100% certain he had some kind of a hardware failure or some problem in the early part of the race, but I'm sure we'll find out about it. But right now, big spaces all the way through. I can't find anything except for Ron Stevens, who's within a second of the back of Bjorn Buchner. Otherwise, everyone's over 1.5 to 2 seconds apart with just under 11 minutes to go. So being in the background there, we've got a car going very wide. Oh dear, that's Randa Azevedo. And as I clicked on him, he came back on the track, and I think Jovan Oosthuizen just drove into the back of him at speed. Ryan struggling here.
No, and it wasn't me for commentators cursing. It was all you. Ryan's battling to get that car turned around.
He is. Okay, he's now rolling. He's managed to turn it around. I think he got a bit stuck on the curbing, but there was definitely an issue there.
And with the Jovan drive off there after giving him a nudge. Oh, and something's happened to... Brett's just moving out the way again.
What is it? So Javan's just gone. Oh, he's lapping somebody. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Brendan Weed, I think. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, Brett Crocamp and Brendan Weed, I must admit, they've been very accommodating to the Foster races and moving out on that back straight. I thought something was going on there.
Me too.
Just
Yep.
saw them pull them over.
Got you. All right. Good. Here we go. Sub 10 minutes.
I see Nick is slowly but surely eking out that gap closer to Lawrence. And then Gerard is it Gerard? No, it's Han. Han is slowly trying to reel in. Ruben and Han are catching up to each other. There's a gap of about a second between Ruben Kruger and Han van Niekerk. Otherwise, as you stated, the field seems to have settled down. Good couple of 1 second gaps, if not more, between a lot of the races. But it's been quite an exciting first half an hour to the race. Quite a bit of fighting up front. Strategy changes that worked in Rian's favour. I'm sure Gerard will be pushing hard to try and catch Rian as well.
Sure, Nick has arrived on Lawrence Sterner rather quickly here. Javan Westhuizen in the pits.
Now, I don't know if he pitted earlier or he's pitting for damage.
That's a drama, especially because he's the 5th car in that queue, so he's now going to drop into the bottom 3, which lets Sus come out of the bottom 3, so that's a bit of a problem there, unfortunately, for Javan.
That's quite a long pit stop, so there must be some damage repair that's going on there.
Yeah. We were expecting a Rekard Strauss, who should have been on the race tonight, and he hasn't, I don't think he even started.
Look, with everything going on currently, there might have been electricity outages.
Yeah, true.
It's there comes Javan out the pits now. Looks like he's going to get out just in front of... He'll come out and... Yep, right at the back. Sorry, my timing was just resetting itself.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, it showed Javan right up into 10th at one moment. I'm sure Sass is now on the edge of his seat. He's got...
Ruan Stevens just gone past Bjorn Buchner for 14th, 15th and 16th. So Ruan makes up a position there, and... up ahead, Nick Hodgson has gone past Lawrence Sterner.
Lane straight. Must have had a nice drive out the back corner, but I see Lawrence is holding the inside there. Maybe go for the cutback.
These guys close racing here. Close, fast racing. They've just gone past Nick's teammie, Brett Crocamp, in the other point-blank car.
It looks like Brett's having a horrid time today.
Yes, not happy there. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left, and Nick now got DRS again, and they're piling down this long back straight. Nothing much Lawrence can do, but he actually maintains that position, and onwards they go. Now through a little technical windy section. Nick is very quick through here. Just making sure everything on the timing screen is the same everywhere else, which it is. So we're going to just hang around here for now and watch these two. They're very close.
Nick's putting quite a bit of pressure on Lawrence Sterner there. Yo, into the back of him. Oh no.
Oh dear.
And that's on the last corner to the main straight, which is not the best of places to come out. Nick being ever the gentleman there and waiting for Lawrence to get by, and in that process Marco Gracia jumps up 2 places.
He does. Great little bit of initiative, and Nick was very close to the back of Lawrence there. Lawrence possibly just braking slightly through the final corner, and Nick not used to that, or possibly doesn't brake there, and there was a little bit of contact, so well done to them for sorting it all out, and onwards they go. Not too much harm and damage done.
It's not an easy place to come back on the track there, off the gravel, onto that last corner.
Yes.
It can be quite hair-raising, especially with cars coming, bearing down on you.
Right, just under 5 minutes left now, and Lawrence Turner's up and running again and busy looking on... Oh, we just got a bit of a tank slapper there, and that's allowed Nick to charge up again. I was just about to say Lawrence is now going to try and get past Marco, and he had a tank slapper there, which he caught, and that allowed Nick to actually catch up to him again. So here we go again, round number 2.
I'm sure we're going to have a nice little battle here if these three gents can close up the gap between each other. Well, Raymond Duggan off the first corner.
Really?
So that's going to be Marco Grosser coming up on him now as well.
Okay, he's just got going, but he's very slow. Here comes Marco. And we've got Ryan de Azevedo going into the pits. Okay, he's come out again. 19th place. So that's put Ryan down in the bottom 3 now.
I see Marco's still the only one running hard.
Yes. And here he is arriving on the back of Raymond Duggan's car after his problem earlier. So Marco...
Nice little train of 4 there.
Definitely.
Raymond, Marco, Lawrence and Nick.
And this is all...
Sure.
Oh, Oberholzer and Van Rensburg. Something's happened in 3rd and 4th. So Van Rensburg coming out the kiddie litter. He's got the car going. So he's had a moment somewhere. And I didn't see a gap close there. So I think Van Rensburg caused his own problem there. And he's come back out on 6th place. So sorry guys, they definitely weren't close or dicing there. I think Van Rensburg had his own little problem and spun off into the kitty litter there.
See, in all that action, Philip Minars closed up on Gerard quite a bit as well.
Now Philip in 5th, and that gap is half a second, as you say. So Gerard Pretorius up into 4th, and Philip chasing him. So with in the dying moments of this race, there's literally 2 laps left, and there's a whole lot of chopping and changing going on all the way up and down the field.
Nell and Morris,
Nick and Lawrence. Oh, look at the straight. There's 3 of them.
Driving up the inside.
Jeez. Oh, now Lawrence has to brake not to run into the back of Grosser. This is for position, and these guys...
And Grosser is wide and loses 2 spots.
Marco. So Lawrence goes through, and Nick's following him right there. Oh, Lawrence running defensive.
Nick is putting so much pressure on Lawrence right now. This is phenomenal racing, guys.
Just under 2 minutes left. Sorry if I'm kind of chopping and changing, but I'm trying to find where the close action is, and this is it at the moment.
He was behind Gerard. He wasn't in front of Gerard. Looks like Philip's also passed Gerard.
Yes, so Philip in...
to 4th.
4th, I think.
Now trying to watch all the battles that are unfolding in the last couple of minutes of the race.
Right, so 1 minute 20 left. Adrian Nell, where is he? He's going over the start-finish line now. So that's...
Morris as well. And Rian's only coming to the last corner right now. So those 2 have really pulled out a gap.
I think there's 2 laps from here. If he went over the line a little bit... Yeah, I think Adrian Nell's going to... If he doesn't slow down a little bit, he's going to have to do another lap.
And Nick's just passed Lawrence Sterner at the same time. As we switch off from him, Nick gets the pass done on Lawrence.
Sorry, guys. We're missing all the action here, but all right, here we go. So Nick has, in fact, passed Lawrence. We'll see if Lawrence can fight back here, but... Bjorn Buchner also down in 16th, just behind Ruan Stevens.
Saw someone go off the track there. I'm just checking who that is.
Oh, it's Bjorn Buchner in the background on the start-finish line, or Marco Grosser. It's Marco Grosser.
Marco Grosser.
Yeah. So those tyres he's struggling with those hards now. Bjorn Buchner further back, 16th place. Bjorn Buchner right under the wing of Ruan Stevens. So this is also for position.
You got Byron Thompson chasing Marco, pushing Marco as well into Atwood at the moment.
Wow, Bjorn Buchner just went right past Ruan Stevens. Clean overtake through that little right-left chicane. So Bjorn moves up, and Thompson just ahead, as you say. Thompson and Grass are swapping positions.
I think Marco's just battling with those tyres now.
Right, here comes Adrian Nell.
On the final lap.
On the final lap. Goes past one of the LLC cars. And this now, yeah, is as I expected. This is the final lap. So he did in fact have to put one more lap in. So Adrian Nell and Marius Skuman 1-2 for...
Sorry, with Ruan Oberholzer taking the third position there for LLC, and Philip Minnar currently in fourth, with Gerard Pretorius running in fifth.
Yeah. Hello, Dirk Brunt. He's joined us on the YouTube. How's it, buddy?
Well done to Adrian as he comes across the finish line.
There we go. Marius Skuman through as well. Well done for Marius. Rian coming round. Yep. And he comes over for 3. So just outlining that, Ryan saying in the chat, the bottom 3 after all investigations and penalties are handed out. So you never know what's going to happen.
Alan, if you quickly shoot to Raymond Duggan and Nick Hodgson, they're fighting here in the last sector.
Got them.
Nick has just closed up on Raymond and basically pushing him in this last sector here.
Oh, Nick was trying to get his nose in there. How did he get so close so quickly? Nick definitely trying. It's never over until it's over.
This last corner can cause you to have a nice little spin out, as we've seen a couple of the guys do. Look at Nick close up that gap on that last clip. Just couldn't make it.
That was good stuff. Great driving as we come to the end. Right, that's it. Sit tight. I'm going to see if I can go and find Adrian Null, and we'll have a quick chat to him. I'm going to put this onto our usual countdown screen. There we go. Good racing there.
No, there was some phenomenal racing all round tonight. Had its little patch there at the 10-minute mark where it kind of quietened down, but picked up in the last couple of minutes, got really lively between the gents.
Lively, that's a good way of putting it. Right, let me get that out the way there. I need to go and find the Discord channel, which is hiding behind there.
Johan Carnius mentioning that he keeps thinking the Odin racing cars are running the default livery.
Oh dear. Mr. Null, are you there, sir?
I'm here.
Adrian, how are you, man?
I'm so good. Can't complain.
Good stuff. Stan's got some questions for you.
Adrian, that was quite a performance there. You guys opened up the gap there in the beginning, yourself and Marius. Obviously, you guys put in quite a bit of time and effort into race prep. Tell us a little bit about that race for you and how comfortable you felt during that race.
Felt quite confident when I saw Marius was behind me. In the beginning part, I was a bit of scared he was catching me. And I was like, should he pass me? Should I let him go so I don't hold him up? But then the car started to liven up with the fuel load going down, and I could put in some proper laps and I could pull the gap at least. And then I still in the pit stop, I made up a few seconds. So yeah.
Oh no, it was quite interesting watching you guys at one stage. SRE had a nice 4-position lockout. Obviously, we saw Rian Oberholzer put in a couple of extra laps. He was obviously running long with a slightly heavier load. And yeah, you guys actually made for some exciting racing. It might have seemed quiet at the front, but it was still watching the guys catch up and push was great from our side.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned earlier in the week that between yourself and Morris, you guys put in over 1,000 Ks. You guys obviously put in a lot of prep work into this first race with your setup and that to be able to pull the hot lap qualifying laps that you guys did, and obviously the race speed that you guys were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I just joined SRE like end of last season, literally the last race, and from there on, I had such a blast. It's like just practicing, having a joy, and I'm enjoying it. We're really putting in the time, and I think it's paying off.
Exactly. It's definitely, if I can just add in here, Stan, the team dynamics have obviously grown as well with you joining that team, but as has LLC also grown. So there's a good bit of competition now between the two teams.
Oh, definitely. Definitely the sponsors are giving us a bit of a nudge to give it to the other boys. So we're trying to take it to them.
Awesome. And this...
You guys represented quite well from our side. Very clean racing.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be a word in the team Discord after the fact with Harold for selecting the wrong livery.
Don't even after this. It was even before the race, eh?
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a fine or a penalty to pay there.
Yeah, there's going to be an investigation somewhere.
Myself and Al were just saying, so obviously those points go to LLC, so it pays in their favour.
Yo!
No,
Morris is not going to be happy about that one. I'm just saying.
No, Sharon as well was commenting saying there was a little bit of a foobar somewhere in the liveries, but it's all good. We know how the system's working and we'll get it fixed. Just in ending, that strat that you had, that was a 50-50. Were you going to stick with that from the beginning, or was it dependent on what happened in the race, or were you always going to go in and change mid-race?
I put a bit of extra fuel in to go a lap or two just to see if the pits isn't congested as much. And I overfueled the car actually a bit at the end. I had like 7 minutes still in the tank, but rather 7 minutes than no minutes.
100%, yep.
Well
Awesome.
done to Team SRE. It was awesome racing. And Al, thanks for having me join you tonight.
Yeah, no, welcome. All good, Stan. Thank you. Adrian, thanks for coming in and having a chat, buddy. And good luck for the season going forward, man.
But we can make our sponsors proud. I mean, they behind us, and yeah.
100%.
Cool.
Well done again. Okay. Cool.
Cheers, Adrian. So there we go, Stan. That was a good evening, and some, as you say, some interesting racing from the top all the way down to the bottom. We can't really say at this moment who is on relegation. That's going to depend on after the stewards and all the other paraphernalia that has to get done. But all in all, a great opening race for the season 2.
Yes, totally agree with you. Great start to the season. A lot of effort put in by the guys. I'm hoping that we see just as much in Div 2 on Wednesday with the guys and Div 3. Yeah, looking forward to a good F3 season, and hopefully the fighting continues between LLC, SRE, Odin Racing,
Point Blank,
Flying Gypsies, Point Blank.
Yeah.
Team Gunston.
Yeah.
Who else have we missed?
Well, BWR, I don't know where they are, but yeah.
Yeah, it's all we can say is good luck, gents, for the season, and hopefully this first race is just the tip of the iceberg for the racing to come through the season.
Yeah.
Hopefully we continue to see this close and respectful racing.
There you go. Right. Stan, I think that's it from us. So I'm going to say thank you for joining me, and you did great. I enjoyed the company. The people on YouTube enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody who did join us on YouTube. We hoped you enjoyed that. And Div 2 is apparently, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be streamed by Sus on Wednesday with another news commentator. So please support everybody, and we'll be back with you in a couple of weeks. Next week is GT3, I believe. Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Good.
Followed closely the week after by Legends.
By the Legends, the minis, yeah. So a lot of people looking forward to that, and I'll be covering that stream. But that's going to be it from us for tonight. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you soon. So cheers from me.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks, Alan, for having me.
Awesome, man. Ciao.